for the United States. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. We are delighted to welcome you all to the launching of Trust Building Project 2021. Thank you for being here with us physically on site, and also thank you for being here with us virtually from all over the world. As an insight for all of you, Trust Building Project is a collective program by the Global Community of Initiative of Change, or IOFC. Trust Building Project focus to involve and mobilize young leaders in dialogue across religions, cultures to become a trust builder. We also would like to inform you all that we are highly expressing our gratitude to the Pesantren of Jagat Arshi for allowing and providing us such a beautiful and magnificent place for us to conducting our event for today. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin with, let's start our event for today by singing National Anthem Indonesia Raya 3 stanza, followed by Solawat Ya Lawatan that will be performed by Santri Jagat Arshi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna fatahna laka fathan mubina liyaghfira laka Allahu ma taqaddama min dhanbika wa ma ta'akhkhar ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا لقد جاءكم رسول من أنفسكم عزيز عليه ما عنتم حريص عليكم بالمؤمنين رؤوف رحيم فإن تولوا فقل حسبي الله لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وهو رب العرش العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله يا للوطن يا للوطن يا للوطن حب الوطن من الإيمان ولا تكون من الهرمان إن هدلوا يا للوطن يا للوطن يا للوطن يا للوطن حب الوطن من الإيمان ولا تكون من الهرمان إن هدلوا يا للوطن يا للوطن يا للوطن يا للوطن حب الوطن من الإيمان ولا تكون من الهرمان إن هدلوا يا للوطن إندونيسيا بلادي أنت عنوان فقام كل من يأتيك يوم قامي حيا وهماما كل من يأتيك يوم قامي حيا قيماما pusaka hati wahai tanah airku cintaku harapkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku pusaka hati wahai tanah airku cintaku dalam imanmu jangan harapkan nasibmu bangkitlah hai bangsaku Indonesia negeriku engkau panji martabatku siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu siapa datang mengancammu kan binasa di bawah durimu ya lal watan ya lal watan ya lal watan hubbul watan minal iman wala takun minal hirman in hanu ya lal watan ya lal watan ya lal watan ya lal watan
New literacy class.
Thank you, Santri Jagat Archie, for the beautiful performance. Now let's move to our next session of today, which is remarks that will be delivered by our representative of Initiative of Change Indonesia, Yofrina. Yofrina, time is yours.
Thank you, Rania. Hello, dear friends. It is our pleasure to welcome all of you in this webinar and launch of Trust Building Program Initiatives of Change Indonesia. Greetings to all friends who join in person at Jagat RC Islamic Boarding School and online. Dear friends, today's theme is Heal the Past and Hope for the Future. It acknowledges that the future is breaking in on the present and calling us into healing process and reflection without allowing ourselves to get stuck in the past. Healing the past is about our journey toward peace, freedom, acceptance, and happiness. The initial focus for the Trust Building Program in Indonesia is on the areas where Initiative of Change Indonesia has previously organized trust building activities in Jakarta, Bandung, Yogyakarta, Makassar, and Jayapura. We have experienced the beauty in reducing prejudice and working together. We also want others to experience the same thing. So we would like to invite all of you to collaborate on our trust building program. We focus on 3 areas. The first one is trust building in family, which is designed for family resilience. The second one is trust building in workplace, which is designed to enhance the team building and productivity in organization. And the third one is trust building for Indonesia, which aims for peaceful Indonesia, especially among the religious communities, different tribes and classes where social tension can be resolved by building peace and reconciliation. Dear friends, we are proud to announce that the event is being conducted along with the collaboration with Jagat RC Islamic Boarding School and Initiative of Change Indonesia partnerships. In the end, we would like to thank you for your presence and support, especially to all committee members and to our beloved speakers, to our brothers Neas Wanimbo and Febri Ramdhani and our sister Inaya Wahid, to all Trust Building International team, and also to our beloved IFC Global family. Let me end with a quote saying, trust is the foundation for a strong and successful relationship. So let us build trust in ourselves and others. Thank you, terima kasih.
thank you, Yofrina, for the speech. As we are now having Mr. Dino Patijalal now already joined with us virtually. Hello, Mr. Dino Patijalal.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for coming here, for giving energy and spirit to us virtually. It is really a pleasure for us, Mr. Dino Patijalal.
Thank you. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Dino Patijalal, would you like to give us a few words or remarks to this event just before we start this?
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say to Ustad Ozzy, who is here, I think someplace in the Zoom, and he was the first Indonesian to take part in the 1000 Abrahamic Circles, which is our flagship project from Foreign Policy Community of Indonesia. And I just want to share with you why we thought the 1000 Abrahamic Circles project is important. The first reason is that we have observed that in the past 1300 years, there has not been a century whereby Muslims, Christians, and Jewish people live totally and globally at peace with one another, right? Someplace, at somewhere, at some point, there's usually a conflictual relations and negativity between either Muslims and Christians, Muslims and Jewish people, and Christians and Jewish people, and so on, right? And the challenge is whether or not the 21st century can be the first century ever whereby Muslims, Christians, and Jewish peoples can globally and totally live at peace with one another, right? So that is the mission and the historic challenge of 1000 Circles. And the second point, I only have 2-3 minutes. The second point is this: there's been too much emphasis on religious freedom in the West, but not enough on the other half, which is as equally important, which is respect. Right. So what I'm saying is, if you go to the foreign ministries or the governments of Australia, United States, UK, Norway, and all that, they have a special envoy for religious freedom, which is great. We love it, right? But freedom alone is not enough, and as I said, respect is the other half of the glass. So if I'm free to be a Muslim, what good is that if I end up just hating the Jewish people? And similarly, if I'm somebody is a Christian and he is free to be a Christian, to embrace his religion, but what good is that if he or she hates the Jewish people or the Muslims people, right? There's no peace alone guaranteed by freedom. Freedom has to be coupled by respect. And that is the basis for this 1000 Abrahamic Circles project, which aims to create 1000 circles, and each circle befriends leaders from Islam, Christianity, and Judaism from 3 different countries, and usually from countries of concern, meaning places where there is some degree of discomfort and negativity, or even conflict, or even hatred between these Abrahamic religions. And we try to engage them in a 3-week journey whereby we hope their past or their previous stereotypes and negativity can be turned into bonds of friendship, right? So Ustad Ozzy is the first to be part of the first circle, and it was actually quite an eye-opening experience, and a lot of some of the members who had entertained bigotry before joining the circle ended up developing a totally different feeling towards the other religions, right? So that is the sister of trust. Respect and trust, they go together. And I'm glad you're doing this project on trust building, and I hope that you look into also the Abrahamic dimension of it, because I'm really convinced that the 21st century cannot be a century of peace and development and progress unless we also fix this long-standing challenge, which is often buried under the carpet by us and rather than addressing it openly here. So I know my time is up, but thank you and good luck with your discussions today.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dino, for giving. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dino, for giving such an insightful speech for all of us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that right now it is not only Indonesian that already joined our event for today, but we also have people from across the world. We also have people, our friends from Netherlands, people from Australia, from India, and of course from all over Indonesia. So I am so glad to welcoming you all to our event for today, to our discussion for today, and hopefully this event will connect us from one to another and becoming more great and more tolerance, more peace, and also become a trust builder for ourselves, for our family, also for our nation and for the world. All right. Now let's move to our next agenda. After listen to the remarks from the representative of IFC Indonesia and of course from Mr. Dino Patijawal, now we are going to have one of our highlight of today's event, which is the setting session that will be delivered by our dear speakers. And beforehand, I would like to call our moderator for today, Rini Mayer. Rini Mayer, please go ahead.
Thank you, Rania.
Thank you.
I hope you all can hear my voice clearly.
Sure.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you who would like to join our webinar and launching program. Also, good morning and good evening and good day to our participants from other countries. We're so happy to have you here. Right now, I would like to introduce our speaker first before I will invite them to speak. Okay, our first speaker is Febri Ramdhani. He works as a contributor in ruangngobrol.id to create contra-narration on extremist violence, issues such as radicalism and terrorism. He has been invited as a speaker from BNPT, Densus 88, BBC, CNN Indonesia, and some others newspapers, media. He is also a writer. He wrote an autobiography entitled 300 Hari di Bumi Syam. And our second speaker is Neas Wanimbo, a young man with a spirit to improve education system in Papua. He is a founder of Hanowene Indonesia Foundation that focus on building library and literacy center in Papua and West Papua. He has been a part of Initiative of Change Indonesia since 2016. He has participated in IFC program from different countries such as India, Japan, and Malaysia. That's our second speaker. And our third speaker is Inaya Wahid, a social movement worker, a writer, TV and stage actress. Right now, she works as an executive director of Positive Movement, board of Greenpeace Indonesia, founder of Trip 45, and part of Gus Durian Network. And of course, she is the youngest daughter of Indonesian fourth president, Kiai Haji Abdurrahman Wahid. So I would like to ask Febri, Neas, and Inaya. We are really curious to know your thoughts about trust in Indonesia context. With all of your backgrounds, experiences, what you've been through, and what you are working right now, we would like to hear from you. Please share with us your experiences related to trust and prejudice, and also, in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge to build trust or to be a trust builder? So without further ado, let's start from Febri first. I would like to invite Febri. Oh, he's there already on the stage. Let's welcome Febri, please. Yes, you may start.
Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for inviting me, this, Trust Building and Initiative of Change of Indonesia, and for this Ramadan. We thank God that we can still meet in this event, and offline and online. And as the moderator introduced me before, I am one of the contributor at ruangobrol.id, which is write an article for counter narrative radicalization and terrorism act in this world, and I also write my autobiography book called 300 Days in Syria, because in 2016 until 2017 I went to Syria for about 1 year and lived there under the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria there. And there I saw many things that really barbarian. Yeah, a lot of people do things that really unhumanity. And I'm sorry because my English is not really good. Probably I'm gonna mix my language, yeah, to talk. Before, I already have a screen here about the reason why I went to Syria. A lot of people said that someone who want to go to Syria is because want to go jihad, want to death, want to membela Islam di sana, untuk memperjuangkan Islam, gitu ya, berjihad dengan membunuh orang-orang kafir gitu di sana ya. Namun kenyataannya tidak semua orang-orang yang pergi ke sana memiliki visi dan misi seperti itu. Ya, seperti saya sendiri, bisa di next slide-nya. Alasan the biggest reason that I went to Syria is because my family. Because in 2015, back in 2015, about 26 people from my family went to Syria first, and at the time I was really shocked there. I really shocked, and I thought that why they want to risk their life to go to the place that we don't know is it really true or no. And at the time I thought that, wow, nekat ya, mereka benar-benar nekat sekali pergi ke sana. Akhirnya karena saya shock juga, saya stres juga, akhirnya saya selama setahun itu mulai berpikir bahwa mungkin yang mereka lakukan itu benar. Itu akhirnya saya mulai mencari-cari di media berita-berita yang pro ke kelompok teror tersebut, gitu ya. Cuman sayangnya pada saat itu saya tidak mencari media-media pembanding lain yang membuat harusnya kita lebih aware gitu ya dengan masalah tersebut. Tapi karena saya sudah terlalu terbutakan ya dengan propaganda mereka, karena I really miss my family at the time, and well, in 2016 I went to Syria by myself, directly from Jakarta to Istanbul in Turkey, and stay about 5 days in Turkey and wait for another instruction there. And after that, I have a chance to go to the border, Turkey and Syria. Oke, bisa di next. Ya, di sini ada sedikit peta perjalanan saya selama berada di sana, mulai dari Istanbul sampai perjalanan saya terakhir nanti akhirnya kembali pulang di kota Irak, di Erbil. Nah, itu masih wilayah kekuasaannya Kurdi ya, suku Kurdi. Yang di situ saya menghabiskan waktu kurang lebih sekitar 300 harian ya. Tepatnya 330-an hari saya di sana melihat banyak hal-hal yang sangat tidak sesuai dengan norma-norma agama maupun di kehidupan bermasyarakat seperti itu. Pokoknya singkat cerita saya bisa masuk ke sana dengan jalan yang sangat susah, gitu ya, di perbatasan Turki di kota Hatay, sampai akhirnya sempat juga tertangkap oleh salah satu faksi jihadis di sana yang kita tahu pada di 2011 itu ada Arab Spring, dan di situ banyak bermunculan kelompok-kelompok yang memakai agama sebagai fondasinya, gitu ya. Mereka menggunakan agama untuk membenarkan perilaku-perilaku mereka dalam membuat aksi-aksi teror sebetulnya. Dan di situ saya ditangkap oleh salah satu faksi namanya Jabhat Al-Nusra. Saya ditahan selama 1 bulan. Saya dimintai untuk bergabung dengan mereka, tapi saya menolak, dan akhirnya karena sudah terlalu lama saya kembali dibebaskan dari sana. Itu akhirnya singkat cerita lagi, dari sana saya berkeliling-keliling kota di Suriah sampai akhirnya masuk lagi ke kota ibu kotanya di Rokoh itu. Akhirnya bisa ketemu lagi dengan keluarga saya. Dan disitulah akhirnya saya semakin melihat lagi benar-benar betapa hancurnya keadaan di sana, yang membuat saya sangat bingung, gitu ya, kok orang-orang bisa sangat terperdaya gitu loh. Karena berita-berita tersebut kita tidak saring lagi, akhirnya benar-benar menjerumuskan kami ke sana. Akhirnya singkat cerita lagi, kami bisa kembali lagi ke Indonesia dibantu dengan perwakilan dari pemerintah, pada saat itu Kementerian Luar Negeri, dan kembali lagi ke Indonesia. Dan setelah kembali lagi ke Indonesia, kami saya dan keluarga pun ingin berkontribusi lebih dengan negara, dengan bagaimana sih mengcounter isu-isu kekerasan yang membuat orang-orang banyak terperangkap ke radikalisme dan terorisme. Dan di situ cuman dalam perjalanan saya aktif di kegiatan tersebut, banyak sekali hal-hal yang saya lihat di situ tidak adanya kepercayaan atau trust di antara sesama masyarakat, gitu ya, baik dari lembaga pemerintah maupun di kalangan-kalangan masyarakat, tentang pentingnya bekerja sama untuk menghapuskan paham-paham intoleran dan kekerasan, radikalisme dan aksi terorisme seperti itu. Dan di situ saya sangat menyayangkan hal tersebut, di mana ego-ego sektoral yang membuat kita semua tidak bisa bersatu, tidak bisa benar-benar menghilangkan paham-paham intoleran tersebut secara masif, gitu ya, secara komprehensif. Tapi karena adanya ego-ego tersebut, kita banyak tersendat di hal itu. Dan kemudian saya sih berharap ya, dengan semakin banyaknya orang-orang yang ingin terlibat di isu seperti ini, gitu ya, I hope Indonesian people can be more aware about the importance of literacy, of contra narrative about the radicalization issue, because seperti yang kita lihat sebelumnya, beberapa waktu lalu ada kejadian di teror di Mabes Polri maupun di Makassar, ada kejadian bom di sana yang dimana pelakunya masih termasuk kaum milenial, gitu ya. Dan di situ kita bisa lihat, oh, banyak sekali anak-anak muda yang terpapar hingga saat ini, padahal di media sudah cukup banyak yang pemberitaan bahwa kelompok-kelompok teror tersebut, paham-paham yang mengarah ke arah anarkisme tersebut itu tidak benar. Tapi kenapa masih ada hal seperti itu? Kembali lagi karena tidak adanya kerjasama atau trust yang terbangun di antara kita, sehingga kita tidak bisa secara maksimal menghilangkan paham-paham intoleran tersebut. Gitu. So I hope that in the future there will be more people who go extreme and spread terror and be more smarter and more critical. So Indonesia and the world can be a place that really become a peaceful world. I think that. Okay. Masih ada waktu? Okay, I think that's it for my statement. I'm sorry if there's a lot of mistake. Thank you very much for inviting me again. Good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Terima kasih Febri untuk sharingnya. Thank you Febri for the sharing. Let's take a moment of silence to appreciate what have been shared by Febri. Okay, thank you. I will conclude in Bahasa Indonesia. Febri menyampaikan bahwa memang ada beberapa alasan dia menemukan ada beberapa alasan mengapa dia pergi ke Syria, karena masalah keluarga, karena ada fasilitas, karena juga merasa stres di sana gitu. Dan setelah sampai di sana melihat kenyataan atau keadaan yang terjadi yang tidak sesuai juga dengan apa yang dia harapkan, apa ekspektasinya, dengan melihat fakta-fakta yang terjadi, akhirnya dia memutuskan untuk kembali dengan proses yang cukup sulit dan cukup panjang ya. Dan harapannya adalah lebih banyak lagi orang Indonesia yang sadar akan hal ini, akan apa yang sebenarnya terjadi di sana. Itu adalah kerja-kerja Febri sekarang dan seterusnya menciptakan kontra naratif. Terima kasih. Let's move. Thank you. Let's move to our second speaker from NAS. We would like also to hear from NAS. I would like to invite NAS to come forward. Please share with us your experience.
Okay, hello. Hello everyone.
Hello.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for Initiative of Change Indonesia and Trust Building Indonesia, and also Initiative of Change International, who are inviting me to share about my experience and also what I have been working on. So good afternoon and good evening and good morning everyone on Zoom and also here as offline. So what I will going to share is about how as I'm as a youth, I'm as a young to have an experience how as a young, like because I was grow up in the Christian community, so how it influenced me to see to other community in Indonesia, because Indonesia is we have 6 religion that we have. So I was growing in the Christian community, and I have a different. I haven't been like I do not know how other religion like Muslim and like Hinduism and things. So the situation I was growing was my family and the practitioner and also the values and also the so many things to learn about Christian, and I didn't my family and also my community, they didn't allow me to learn about other community. So that's how I don't know, I didn't have knowledge, I didn't have some
information about neighbor community and neighbor regions. So I was thinking about the other religions. They are not good, and they are like, oh, they are not faithful and things, because I'm a Christian and I have to be like, I was holy and things. And I came to Jakarta. That was my first time to face with the new environment, and also new with new friends, and also in the university I have to face with a lot of different different kind of background of students. Some are from Muslim, some are from the Hinduism, and so that's how opened my eyes. That's how opened my mind. Oh, actually, outside there, not in my community, there are a lot of community that I have to learn. So that's I think my community, my family, they taught me what I learned. It's very different. So like it's like not I mean the where I growing up is in a community. It's in my family. They I was talking about the how is great of the Christian, how to be a great of the Christian like that. But when I came to Jakarta and I have to obey to the local community, I have to obey to the local. I mean, I have to learn with some friends. So um, the the influence of the community, the influence of my family is bigger than of it's more powerful. So what so if we learn, if every family or if every community they have to open mind to teach the students about other community, it's much better. So when like when I have experience, when I go out from my community, I have a knowledge how I can understand about other community itself. So uh, uh, it's uh, in a family, it's teaching the kids in a family, teaching the kids how understand the kids towards the other religion. Like I was luckily now I can understand, but like now I can understand how, because I have so many Muslim friends, so many the other friends that so I can understand. Uh, uh, I can relate with what I'm. So like I what I hope it's in the family we have teach our kids to understand other community. So not just only like because I'm Muslim, because I'm Christian, I have to teach my kids about this this practice and this community, but we have to teach them to tolerance. So it will be when he's growing up, he will have a idea, he will have a tolerance toward to other communities. So that's how we'll build the peace across the community, and it will start from the family. Like, and it will start from the family. The impact can happen in the community and also in the nation. So if we want to bring the peace in the nation, we have to start from our family. How we can influence our kids, and how we can influence our neighbor, how we can influence to our community. So I think that's all for me, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Neas, for sharing with us your thoughts about trust and tolerance. Let's take a moment of silence to appreciate what have been shared by Neas. Oke, thank you. I will conclude in bahasa Indonesia. Neas menyampaikan bahwa dibesarkan dengan komunitas Kristen, dibesarkan di dalam keluarga Kristen, banyak hal yang dia pelajari, namun sedikit sekali atau tidak mempelajari mengenai komunitas lain. Yang mungkin yang bisa saya tangkap dari apa yang disampaikan oleh Neas adalah pentingnya bagaimana pembelajaran tentang trust, tentang toleransi, pengetahuan tentang komunitas lain itu diajarkan di dalam keluarga. sehingga ketika anak-anak bertumbuh besar dan bertemu dengan orang-orang dari komunitas lain, mereka bisa memiliki pemikiran yang lebih terbuka, bisa lebih toleran, dan bisa dengan mudah membangun percaya satu sama lain. Kira-kira begitu. Terima kasih banyak, Mas.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, now let's invite our third speaker, Inaya Wahid. She is with us here online via Zoom. Please share your thoughts about trust and prejudice and how to be a trust builder. Please unmute your mic, Mbak Inaya.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Rini.
Yes.
And good afternoon, good day, good morning, good night, because I've seen so many people from all over the world here today. So I don't really know. Are you guys in the morning or night or day? So probably it's easier for me to just like say hello. So. By the way, thank you for Initiative of Change for having me here today, and congratulations for this new program, and it's a very wonderful work that you guys are doing, and I don't have any presentation like Mas Febri, because wow, he's doing very like elaborate and everything with his presentation. I don't have any presentation today because I thought it's going to be like very chill Sunday afternoon talk show. So I didn't prepare anything. And second of all, I was like, oh wow, the people that are coming today are like so cool. Like you guys are also cool, and I wish like I can just mute myself and just listen to you guys, because that's probably gonna be better way for me. But well, my good friend Huda from Initiative of Change was asking me to have some talks, to share my my experiences with the works regarding of these issues of when you're talking about tolerance or talking about multiculturalism or talking about pluralism, talking about diversity. I don't know where to start with because this is so much that I want to share. It's kind of like confuse me. Okay, so probably I would like to share with you the current situation in Indonesia after the election, after the last election that we had. Since the last time that we our election a few years ago, we this country was like very divisive. We are turning into a lot of groups, separated into different groups, and it got sharpened and sharpened. So each election after election, it's kind of like sharpen the situation, the divisiveness, and it's kind of like the situation that we are facing right now, and it's today we're living in the very new world where we are in a digital world where for the very first time boundaries are being broken down, like almost every boundaries in every aspect was broken down, and we're for the first time in our life in this world, in this age, we were having no boundaries. We were now in this afternoon having talks with the people from Netherlands, from the Australia, from everywhere else. Like there is no boundaries at all. But at the same time, we could feel also how we are turning into boxes. We are boxing into identities, into groups. like we are competing with each other. Like if we are not, if you are not part of our group, then you are in the wrong group. And that kind of sentiment is something that you could easily nowadays in Indonesia, you could feel that presence. How people are starting to, like acting like as if you are not part of our groups, then you are wrong. Then I have the reason to fix you. I have the reason to bring you into my groups, into my faith, into my rules, into my beliefs. Otherwise, you are condemned. Otherwise, you are wrong. Otherwise, I have the rights to fight you. For many years, I've seen my families working for that. When in terms of working for pluralism, culture, diversity, and building peace in Indonesia. My parents, my family have been working for quite so long, about these issues, and it's never, never more crucial other than today. And what I can share about my experiences working with my family, well, mostly watching my family doing the work. That's more like it. Because as the youngsters, as the youngest, you get to like watching them do stuffs, and then just learn from them, while me got being protected by my older sisters and everything. What I can share with the experiences is, for so many for a long time, building peace, especially among different groups, are not easy. I would like to share you the experiences of seeing my father, of watching my father doing this work. He's a very because my friend Huda told me that you shouldn't be too serious, just tell stories about your dad. That's fit in with the theme today. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna tell stories about him. So when it comes to talking about democracy, or talking about tolerance, or talking about diversity, or talking about human rights, people in Indonesia tend to brought my father's name, and that's not because of no reason at all. There are reasons for that. He's been doing this work for a very long time. He's very well known for being friends with so many groups of peoples in Indonesia. People in Indonesia will come to our place, and knowing that they are accepted, knowing that they are allowed to be part of this house, to be part of our families. And it's not an easy task to have that. Being building those bridges among those groups is not an easy task. It takes not only courage, but it takes trust. To have that, to bridging all these groups, needs to have trust to each groups. And those works are very not a work that you can do for like an instance, like a day or two, or a week, or a month. It is something that need to work on every day. And what I can share is what he did, what he and his friends did. One of his friend is his son is here, Binsar Pakpahan, one of my friend. His father, his late father, is friends with my father, and they both working so hard for this, to build peace in Indonesia. And what I can share about how they do, how they did to what they did to build the trust is, one, they didn't, like, trust is a two-way street. It's not something that you ask other people to give you. It's something that you need to earn. You need to do something to earn that trust. And that's what they did. So even though it's a two-way street, what I want to emphasize right now is it's starting with us. It's starting with me. If I wanted to have trust, if I want people to trust me, then I have to work on it. I have to earn it. And the way that I learned, those people, my father, Binsar's father, and people before us, doing that is, one, they're taking the commitment to do that, to work on that. They understand completely that it starts with me. It's not something that I can ask someone to give to me. So I need to earn that. So one of the thing is their commitment to do that, to work on that. And the other thing is sincerity. They're doing that because they understand that being with them, being their friends, listening to them, listening to their stories, understand what they've been through. Many times, what my father did is he's listening to people. He don't give any solution to their problems. So many people come to him and he didn't give any solution at all. But what he did is he's being with them. He offers his support for them. And that's big. That is something big. Being sincere to be with them is something that you need to do, to work on. And of course, transparency. Without transparency, you could not have trust. If you're being secretive, you're just talking in their backs and everything, it won't work. And of course, being open to them, being open to listen to them, being open to critics, being open to people telling you things, and then vulnerability, not always thinking that I'm the right one. So what happened lately during this Ramadan, there are certain things that happen lately. We're having these issues where the sound of adhan, or the sounds of the people that are praying from the mosque is very loud, that people started to complain, like we cannot sleep, the babies are crying because listening to those the sound from the mosque that is higher than it's supposed to be. And there's also, during the Ramadan, some people were asking, like, the people who are not fasting should respect the one who's fast. So you're not allowed to eat during the day, because that means you are not respecting the people that are fasting. So these two issues are raising for this past 2 weeks during the Ramadan, which is what I want to point out is many times we were focusing on ourselves. And when we want to build trust, we're not focusing on ourselves. We're focusing on other people's. We're focusing on others. We were listening to their stories. We were focusing on their situation. What these people that demand respect from others is they don't put themselves in other people's shoes. And this way, this is something that what do you call it? This don't gain respect. This don't gain trust. When we're talking about trust, you need to listen to them. You need to talk their language. You need to listen to their stories, what they need, not only about me, not demanding that. So that's what I got. That's what I learned from this past few years, from the long time that I watch my fathers and other people that become the champions for these issues working. That's how they build tolerance, because they don't put the self in them, the focus in them. They put it on other people. And that's one of the things that I learned the most. And I guess that's how we start to build the bridges. So anyway, they already told me that I ran out of time. So yeah, that's it. That's what I can share for now. And let's just continue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Inaya. Let's take a moment of silence to appreciate what have been shared. Okay, thank you. I will conclude in Bahasa Indonesia. Baik, yang bisa saya simpulkan adalah sementara kita semua bergerak menuju dunia baru ya, dunia dengan batasan-batasan yang semakin menipis, justru di Indonesia semakin setiap pemilu makin mulai terasa in group out group atau kelompok-kelompok, perbedaan kelompok-kelompok itu, dan ada kelompok-kelompok yang merasa kalau kamu tidak merupakan bagian dari kami, maka kami akan berusaha memperbaiki ataupun mungkin kamu salah, seperti itu. Nah, apa yang Mbak Inaya pelajari dari perjuangan keluarganya adalah, yang saya catat di sini adalah penerimaan dan bagaimana menjadi sahabat. Apa yang juga bisa, yang sangat menginspirasi dari Gus Dur dan perjuangannya adalah trust ini atau kepercayaan ini harus digiatkan setiap hari, bukan pekerjaan 1 atau 2 hari saja. Bagaimana caranya kepercayaan itu harus diperjuangkan, mulai dari diri sendiri, ada buat kelompok lain, mendengarkan mereka, tidak melulu harus memberikan solusi. Pentingnya transparansi, terbuka, dan lagi bersedia menjadi rentan, vulnerability. Tidak fokus pada diri sendiri, tetapi fokus pada orang lain. Dengan demikian harapannya boleh ada jembatan yang kita bangun antara satu kelompok dengan kelompok yang lain. Kira-kira seperti itu. Okay, we have heard wonderful sharing from our speakers, and if I might remind again, our first speaker point on the importance to have media literacy skill in order to understand and respond to terror news. And our second speaker focus on how family have a very big role in raising child that will be a trust builder. And our third speaker focus on trust is about listening to others, not just focusing on ourselves. We need to learn to understand other situation. Now, what about you? For sure, we all here have our own thoughts and reflection and even questions regarding their sharings. For the next 5 minutes, we will share our reflection in small groups. So the participant in Zoom will be divided into breakout rooms, and participant in Pesantren Jagat Arsi will also be divided into 3-person each group. So participant, you will only have 5 minutes to share in breakout rooms, only 3-person in breakout rooms. There will be no facilitator. When you come into the room, just share. So you might Please share the time evenly to everyone in the group so everyone can speak what is their thoughts, their reflection, and their questions. Okay, so happy sharing.
How many times I've backed away, so often afraid, told others I'd be counted on and left them all betrayed. I said there's nothing I can do in a world that's turned so sour, where the hope of freedom is fading by the hour. But it's better to light one candle than to cast the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will melt the dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand. There are many echoes in the world, but few voices, many roads for us to take, but few make choices. Will we always wait till it seems too late and things seem all but lost? Afraid to leave the shadows, afraid to face the cost. It's better to light one candle than to cast the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will never turn dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand. But if you stand up and leave your fears behind, leave your fears behind. Show the light for all those who are blind. It was spread from man to man, a light that cannot be ignored. For the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. It's better to light one candle than to cast the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will melt the dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand. many times I've backed away, so often afraid. Told others I'd be counted on and left them all betrayed. I said there's nothing I can do in a world that's turned so sour, where the hope of freedom is fading by the hour. But it's better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will melt the dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand. There are many echoes in the world, but few voices, many roads for us to take, but few make choices. Will we always wait till it seems too late and things seem all but lost? Afraid to leave the shadows, afraid to face the cost. It's better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will melt the dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand. But if you stand up and leave your fears behind, leave your fears behind, show the light for all those who are blind. It was spread from man to man, a light that cannot be ignored, for the spirit of man is the candle of the Lord. It's better to light one candle than to cast the darkness. Better to let its bright light show where you stand, for its glow will melt the dark night like the coming of a new dawn, and hope will be born from that small flame in your hand.
Tanggung iya.
It's better.
Is everyone back? Is everyone here?
I think yes.
Okay, our time is up. Hopefully everyone has the chance to speak. I hope. But if it's not, then I believe we will have more events like this to have a platform, a place for us to share. Right now, we would like to hear some opinions or questions regarding what the speaker has shared. Okay, right now we have 5 minutes, I guess, to give opinions or questions. I will give chance to two person. Please mention your name and your question or reflection clearly and shortly because we have a short time, but we want you also to share. Anyone in the Zoom online wants to share, you may raise your hands. If you have questions, opinions, please. Reflections is also welcome.
Okay, can I?
Yes, please. Please mention your name and your question shortly and clearly. Thank you. Ferry Pardosi.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Ferry. I am from Bandung right now, but I stay in Jogja. I just want to make a reflection actually uh, for this afternoon. Yeah, after hearing thoughts from the speakers, because there are trust is built from the family and also from be part of like what uh, become like one invest time to listen to someone, okay, um, and also from literacy media, I think. And I want to add something is based from my experience is because I come from the minority group in Indonesia from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I realized how I can involve in trust building is because the role of the community of the church build a spirit of inclusive spirit, want to build relation to others. So yeah, I think this is very important how religious community need to be yeah, like the way how to help people to be to walk to be I mean to walk in the path being a trust builder, something like that. I think that's my reflection, short reflection, so I can other also can talk. Thank you.
Thank you. I will translate it into bahasa yang dipelajari atau refleksi dari Ferry adalah berangkat dari kelompok minoritas. Dia menemukan bahwa ternyata dia bisa membangun rasa percaya dengan komunitas lain adalah karena ada peran komunitas gereja, komunitas di agamanya yang mendorong dia untuk memiliki hubungan dengan komunitas lain. Jadi ada peran besar juga dari komunitas agamanya yang bisa mendorong dia memiliki percaya dengan orang lain. Okay. We still have one more person. Anyone would like to share thoughts, opinions, or questions? Sorry, if I cannot see you, you may unmute your mic. Oh, from MIPG Hanif, please.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Rini. Let me introduce myself. That I'm Hanif. I'm associated with friend from MIPG. This is Mahaba Institute and Peace and Goodness. Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity. We can join also this event. That kind of how we embrace the everyone to contribute to build trust and to build unity. And I think this event, the spirit of this event is need to spread to our friend, our family, and others. And through this way, we soon or later realize that actually our entity life is contribute to others. So if we realize that naturally we separate each other through our skin, our language, our border country. But if we realize that entity of religion is to avoid or to disseminate or to membuka apa, to open that's all kind of border that creating by human. So if we realize that we actually entity of soul, that entity of soul is generosity. So we interact with other, collaborate with other, and contribute each other through our action and our thoughts and our heart. So thanks for this opportunity and thanks for all for this event. Thank you.
Thank you from MEPG, Hanif, for your sharing. I will explain in bahasa. Poin yang disampaikan, refleksi yang disampaikan adalah kita memang semua terpisah, tetapi sebenarnya entitas dari agama itu harusnya membuka semua batasan-batasan itu, sehingga kita bisa berkolaborasi dan terkoneksi dengan satu sama lain. Thank you for your reflection and questions. We apologize for not being able to hear from all of you. There will be more trainings and events from Trust Building Program. If you share the same values and interests with us, please follow our social media so we can get more chance to talk about trust and to be trust building, to have a place like this to share. Right now, I would like to ask each speaker to give closing statement. Okay. So I might ask from Inaya first, is it possible? And then the next, Febri and Nas, please.
Yeah, well, I don't have any, like last word or anything or conclusion, but I just want to acknowledge what the initiative of change done, because taking the initiative of change, taking the initiative for this work to build trust, it is something that sometimes doesn't look important enough, but it is actually very, very important. It is very fundamental, and this is the foundation of what the peace building works to have. So I would like to acknowledge that to the initiative of change. Thank you very much for doing this and for taking the initiatives, and hopefully this is something that going to spread more and more, and the ball is going to roll very big for Indonesia, and not only for Indonesia but for this world, and help us create a better world than today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, I would like to hear from Febri and Neas, please.
Oke. Pakai bahasa Indonesia aja ya. Okay. Thank you for inviting me to this event. Yes, initiative of change that I really appreciate it. That here I can meet a lot of friends. Yeah, meet new people here that hear about their story, about their life, about their journey, and now I realize that as a human, we need to unite as one, because in my religion, in Islam too, said that God created us in a lot of tribes, a lot of religion, a lot of perspective and ethnic, yeah. God created like that to us to unite, ya, bukan not to tidak untuk terpecah belah. Kita harus bersatu dengan hal seperti itu. Jadi di sini banyak sekali orang-orang yang berbeda keyakinan dengan saya ya, ada yang Kristen, ada yang dari Advent juga gitu ya, dan yang sebagainya. Tapi kita tetap bisa bersatu gitu ya, karena kan manusia tidak boleh berpecah belah gitu ya. Tuhan sudah menciptakan kita satu, jangan sampai bertengkar, jangan sampai berselisih ya. Kita bisa berdamai, menyebarkan kedamaian. Jangan seperti beberapa kalangan yang memiliki pemikiran-pemikiran negatif yang berujung ke tindak-tindak anarkis gitu ya. Mereka merasa paling benar dan merasa kalau orang-orang yang tidak sekeyakinan dengan mereka itu salah. Tidak seperti itu. Padahal Tuhan sendiri memberikan kita kebebasan dengan keyakinan kita sendiri. Jadi semoga kegiatan-kegiatan seperti ini bisa kembali lagi membangun tingkat trust kita ya, membangun rasa kepercayaan kita terhadap sesama agar jangan sampai ada konflik lagi di antara kita seperti itu. Mungkin itu saja dari saya. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Silahkan, boleh dilanjutkan.
Okay, thank you, Karana. For me, is building a trust is we no need to say to others, to government, to organization, hey, you have to be starting building trust. Initiative of change also trust building is it just as an organization that started. So there is people like Huda and Tenende and who was working hard on that. So I think to starting the building a trust is start from your home, starting from my home, starting from ourselves. Kahuda already started from his home, his heart, his family, and he want to implement that on the nation. So I think is everyone is building trust from their family, building trust from their home, building trust from their community, and the impact can bring to the nation. So to building trust is start from you and from your heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Inaya, Neas, and Febri. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you for your precious time and experiences. So this is the end of our sharing session. We still have our launching session that will be led by our host, Rania. I will give back the stage to Rania. Please, Rania.
All right, thank you so much for the powerful session by all of our dear speakers. And also thank you, Rini Mayor, for leading the discussion session for today. Well, friends, I will call you friends instead of ladies and gentlemen, I think. Before we move into our next session, which is the launching of the program, shall we have a photo session first? So I may request all of you to turn on your camera and let's have a photo session together virtually. Okay, has anyone ready? All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's have another pose. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you so much, friends. So now we are moving to our next session, which is the launching of the trust building program. But beforehand, let's hear a few words from the trust building program manager from IFC International, Talia Smith. Talia Smith, time is yours.
Thank you so much. Well, good morning, everyone, from London, where I'm calling in from today. It's great to be with you all at this really exciting occasion for the Trust Building Program team in Indonesia. So thank you so much for the invitation to say some words. I think this is really an important moment in Indonesia, in each of our communities, as we all know and can witness that we're just living through a real time of increasing fragmentation and polarization, and trust, the foundation of everything, is diminishing around the world. And I think COVID-19 has just exacerbated all of the trust diminishing. We can see communities are facing racial and religious divides, intergenerational conflict, the rise of extremist attitudes, and the list goes on from other challenges. But despite the needs and challenges that we're all facing globally, it can be overwhelming. So where do we all begin? Like, how can each of us make a positive change? The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just the one step. And Initiatives of Change International's one step was to create an international trust building program. So the program builds on 80 years of IFC's trust building and reconciliation work around the world. And it started in July 2019. We started working in Kenya, Canada, and France. And then in January this year, we rolled the program out to 4 new countries: Australia, Nepal, South Africa, and Indonesia. And the trust building program addresses divisive issues, and each of the trust building projects, the local projects, they focus on a specific division of trust that is eminent in their communities or region or nation. And as you heard about from the Indonesian team a little bit today, and Huda will tell you more about their real focus on what they're working on this next 2 years. The aim is to deliver impact by increasing trust in targeted communities. So how do we do that, you can ask? So our approach to building trust is based on a tried and tested model from IFC USA after decades of racial reconciliation work. It's a simple and effective 4-step framework or model that we work with. The first step, which you've heard about today already, is starting with yourself. So this is a core principle in many of IFC's activities. And then the second step, engaging everyone in honest conversation. So inclusive, open dialogue in a safe space is really at the heart of our trust building activities. The third step is acknowledging historical wounds. So understanding the power of history and memory in how it shapes community narratives is really important part of the trust building process. You can't really have a meaningful conversation about the future without looking at the past, making a public acknowledgement or apology for the pain and suffering that certain communities have experienced. So that acknowledging historical wounds is really a pillar of moving towards trust. And then the fourth step is building and sustaining a diverse team. So you really have to have the business people, women, youth, activists, government representatives, media, and even police in the room to have this dialogue in order to bring about change in a community. So this is our framework of 4 steps. And with each of our teams around the world, we work closely with them to contextualize this framework for their local context and their local culture. So the project is really locally owned and developed, which is important for us. And the experts are really the communities themselves, those that are impacted by the breakdown of trust. It's the communities that deserve the voice, the dignity, and an opportunity to lead. So we really believe in community-led and locally owned change. And the social cohesion really lies at the center of what makes a community strong and vibrant and safe. So connecting divided communities demands the best of everyone, each of us here today, regardless of our race, political or religious beliefs. We each have a part to play and a responsibility in that. And building trust is at the essential foundation for building healthy communities. And it's not really a technique that can be taught, but it's rather a style of citizen leadership that's in our hearts. And this offers a vision of hope and opportunity for everyone. But we've got to get that spark in our hearts to be this change and to make that step. So after a year of suffering within the global pandemic, people's trust in governments and the police and media and even NGOs have crashed. So the urgency to build trust now is higher than ever. So this is an imperative time for the trust building program in Indonesia. And we really believe we've got something to offer to the world and to Indonesia, something that's tangible and it's focused in action, it's in our hearts, and it leverages the best of IFC coming together to bring a change. So on behalf of IFC International, I just want to express that we stand by the Indonesian trust building team as you take on this opportunity and challenge to build trust in your country. And we're in full support. And we're looking forward to, I have no doubt that the positive changes that the project is going to bring different communities in Indonesia. So with that said, I'll hand it back to our host and to Huda, and I look forward to being with you all in the future sometime. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Talia, for your speech. And I hope that all of us can contribute and work together to create more peaceful and a better world through trust. All right, now let's listen to Miftahul Huda as Trust Building Program Director of Initiative of Change Indonesia. But beforehand, I would like to show to you all the launching video of Trust Building.
Kita hidup di era globalisasi yang modern di mana informasi semakin mudah diakses. Fenomena penyebaran hoaks pun semakin merajalela sehingga dapat menimbulkan beragam opini masyarakat, bahkan menimbulkan konflik dan berakibat pada perpecahan suatu bangsa. Perubahan dan perdamaian sejatinya dimulai dari diri sendiri. Melalui refleksi diri dan aksi nyata, kita belajar untuk mengubah masalah menjadi peluang dan mewujudkan dunia yang damai dimulai dari diri sendiri. Bergabunglah dengan petualangan kami dalam menciptakan perubahan dan perdamaian bersama Trust Building Initiatives of Change Indonesia.
Alright.
Kita hidup di era globalisasi yang modern di mana informasi semakin.
Alright. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm so pleased and very thankful for today. Finally, all the preparation has come to the today launch. In online, we have 53 people, and in offline, in Jagat Arshi boarding school, we have a lot of people come, people from church, our friends, IFC friends, and also many kids are playing around. It's been 2 years. We have not met each other, and so this is our first ever meeting after 2 years. So I like to say thank you so much for coming, and also for the speakers, Mbak Inai, Febri, dan Neas. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that's all the backgrounds of why we are doing our project of trust building. And also I would like to express our gratitude to Bapak Dinopati Jalal that already welcome us in the opening ceremony. Thank you so much. In your busy time, you make a time for us in last minutes. And also thank you so much for the family of Pesantren Jagat Arshi that welcome us and host us and also give us facilities, room, accommodations, and also the facilities for the webinar today and launching today. And I would like to share with you some few key points of what would be the project of our trust building. So this is, I think, some of our speaker already shared that we are living in Indonesia, and with us, Mbak Ina, I say also, we are facing a political division, polarization, and also intolerance and violence, especially the youth are becoming the targets, and hate speech and discrimination toward minority group of the religions and ethnic community are also rising. So this is our focus area. Number one is healing and honest conversation. As mentioned by Talia, that we need to listen. We need to acknowledge the wound history from the past so that we can heal and we can create a hope for the future. And peace building and trust building, and also preventing violence extremism. Next. So this is what we can do as a community of IFC, collaboration with many other networks or friends, creating a safe space for interreligious and intercultural dialogue for youth, facilitating youth to work together and creating digital content of their story to be a trust builder, and using creative media to learn to be a trust builder and peace builder, and equipping youth with moral values and trust building skills, not in 10 cities. I think this is, I think for 3 years with support from IFC International, we are aiming for 5 cities for 3 years. And we are hoping to continue working for trust building so that we can reach out more cities in Indonesia. This is our, we have done the trust building program in 5 cities, and we want to strengthening the existing team with trust building approach, with new approach and skills. Next. So this is our internal team. We need to develop our capacity, credibility, and confidence to move forward, to continue working for to build trust. Yeah, and of course we are using digital communications. We are targeting, or we will be working with young people age of 18 to 30 years old. So this is what we want to achieve. We want to have a training for trainers, facilitators, and also we like to have a training for young people to be a trust builders. Yeah, I want to go faster because this is going to be a breaking fast time. So this is our fundraising. Next. So how everyone in offline and online can be part of the movement of trust building? Number one, share this program to your networks, online or offline. You can join us as a facilitator or as a participants. You can also join us as a volunteers. We need more people to join our team to be volunteer for program, for media campaign, for content creator, and also for fundraising. And also people who are senior or people who are busy with their time, you can be a mentor for IFC Indonesia. Last one, apa last one tadi? Follow our social media, Trust Building and IFC Indonesia. Terus nextnya. So this is our social media. We will be using our social media to interact with our audience. Okay, so that's all from my sharing, and also as part of the team of IFC Indonesia, we like to give appreciation for our team, and also from our IFC International, and also people from IFC International who came to this gathering. Thank you so much for your support, and I feel we are not alone. I think this is so beautiful, having support from friends like Inayah, like Binsar Pakpahan, and also friends from friends that becoming friends for so long, and I call it friends for life. And this is our spirit, our energy to continue to move forward, to build trust in Indonesia. Thank you so much. Next section. Langsung video support aja.
Kita hidup di era globalisasi yang modern di mana informasi
Support. Yeah. This is our video from our friends from Makassar, from Jogja, and from Papua.
Siap mendukung program Trust Building di Kota Yogyakarta. Mari bergerak bersama untuk menuju Indonesia yang lebih baik. Salam damai.
Halo, saya pemuda Kristen dari Yogyakarta, siap mendukung program Trust Building di Yogyakarta, dan dengan ini, mari sama-sama kita bergandengan tangan tanpa memandang latar belakang apapun untuk Indonesia yang lebih damai. Sampai jumpa.
Kami pemuda Kristen siap mendukung program Trust Building di Kota Jayapura. Dengan pertolongan Tuhan, mari kita terus bergandengan tangan untuk Indonesia yang damai.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Namo Buddhaya, Om Swastiastu, salam kebajikan.
Hai saudara dan saudari kami sebangsa dan setanah air, dimanapun kalian berada.
Kami dari MIPG, Mahaba Institute for Peace and Goodness yang berpusat di Makassar.
Kami adalah alumni Young Muslim and Adventist Trust Building yang pertama di Kota Makassar.
Di kegiatan Trust Building yang kami ikuti, kami merasakan suasana yang sangat luar biasa.
Banyak kegiatan yang menarik dan menyenangkan yang kami lakukan bersama-sama.
Terlebih, kami bisa merasakan indahnya hidup kekeluargaan tanpa prasangka.
Makan bersama, berdoa bersama, bermain bersama, menyelesaikan masalah bersama.
Di Trust Building Camp itu kita saling berdiskusi, menginspirasi dan berbagi walaupun kita dari latar belakang yang berbeda.
Dulunya kami hidup dan bergaul hanya dengan yang seagama dan sekeyakinan.
Saat ini kami punya sahabat yang begitu banyak dari berbagai latar belakang agama di berbagai tempat.
Mari pemuda-pemudi Indonesia, ikut jejak kami bergabung dalam Trust Building, rasakan, nikmati indahnya perdamaian.
Kami dari Mahaba Institute for Peace and Goodness di Makassar dengan ini sangat mendukung atas diluncurkannya program Trust Building yang diinisiasi oleh teman-teman Initiative of Change Indonesia pada tanggal 25 April 2021 untuk Indonesia yang jauh lebih damai.
Salam damai dan cinta. Saya Pipit, alumni Trust Building Camp 2016, siap mendukung program Trust Building. Building Trust, not Terror.
Well, thank you, Huda, for sharing the information about Trust Building Program in Indonesia. So, friends, thank you so much for joining us from the beginning until the very end of our session for today. But before we close our event for today, I would like to gently request Pastor Binsar for giving prayers. Pastor Binsar Pakpahan.
Yeah, sorry. Prayer. Okay. Hi, Annie. Hi, Johannes. Bukatet. Halo Mbak Irna, halo Mbak Inai, masih ada nggak ya? Baik, I'm a bit confused. What kind of prayer should I deliver right now? Is it a interreligious prayer, or could you please a bit explain which prayer am I going to raise right now?
So we are going, yes. So we are going to have multi-faith prayers delivered by Christian and also Islam. So the pastor, please, I will request you to lead the prayers in Christian.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thankfully, I've delivered some kind of a cosmic prayer. So, but
Sure.
I'll pray in Christian, and I hope everybody will be fine, especially for friends who are going to break the fast. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful Ramadan. Also, friends in Pesantren, I hope that you will have a good time together over there. So let us pray. Loving God, the God of all creations, we are thankful for this wonderful opportunity to be together, to listen to each other, to share stories about friends, about trust buildings, and to share our programs. And we thank you, God, for giving us life. And we thank you for giving us the wisdom to meet each other, to start from ourselves, build trust, to reach across the aisle and settle together, settle down together. And afterwards, we move out and spread the word of reconciliation, of trust building. And now we would like to part ways. God, the Creator, we thank you for this opportunity. And whatever we are going to do after this, please give us the strength, give us the wisdom, the blessing to continue our work. And we would like to ask you to use us as a tool of reconciliation, of trust building. Thank you, God of the cosmos. And we also pray for our friends in Indonesia who are going to break the fast. Give them health and also a good Ramadan and a meaningful one, especially this is the second time during this COVID era. Give also our leaders, the world leaders, to be able to share knowledge, to help us spread the pandemic, to help us to stop the spread of pandemic. Thank you, God Creator. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor Binsar Pakpahan. And now let's have a Muslim prayer that will be delivered by Imam Oji. Imam Oji, please, time is yours.
Well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thanks to everyone who has participated in this program, online and offline, especially to Talia from International Lives International, to Bapak Dino from FPCI and Mbak Inaya, and also all participants who came to this place and joining this program. Mari kita bersama-sama satukan hati, satukan rasa, satukan pikiran untuk berdoa kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala supaya kegiatan ini dari mulai hari ini sampai ke depan mendapatkan berkahnya. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma shalli wa sallim ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad kama shallaita ala sayyidina Ibrahim wa ala ali sayyidina Ibrahim wa barik ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad kama barakta ala sayyidina Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. Dear God, we are on our knees before you today to ask you grant us strength. Please give us strength to get through those hard days today and forward, especially from COVID-19 situations. Sometimes we feel worried about our life, have no life purpose to pursue and achieve. That's why we can come to talk about it, because we know you are the only one, and you are the only who can help me to be the trust builder. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. فضلك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون الحمد
Amin.
Well, thank you, friends. It seems that our friends at Jagat RC, they got the internet connection. So while waiting, they are back. We would like to thank you all for your presence, and also we welcome you to be part of our trust building program. And we will update the information through our social media, our websites, and also another information that we are open for donation. So for our trust building program, that your contribution, your support will means a lot for us. And on this occasion, feel free to share in the chat box also if you would like to have some feedback, comment, or suggestions in order to make our programs running well. And I would like also want to share one thing during my presence as trust building program team. One friend shared that people before project. So how important it is to understand and appreciate people. It's not only about running programs. Sama seperti hari ini kita mengadakan kegiatan ini, bagaimana kita bisa bersama-sama bukan untuk menjalankan program, tapi lebih kepada we help each other. So anybody would like to share, please welcome. Mungkin teman-teman ada yang ingin berbagi di sini, and perhaps our friends from Netherlands, Johannes de Post, would you like to share some words with us, probably to this event? We do thank you and appreciate your presence, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, it's been wonderful to be part of this session. And all I can say is that we want to support you. We will follow what you do. And if there's any way we can help you even more, we would like to know and hear from you. And I think both Henny and we both were in Indonesia about 15 years ago, but we still feel very much connected. And I think that is one of the wonderful things of IFC, that once you've met somebody, you remain friends for a long time. So, for example, it is very nice now to see Binsar, who we know very well from when he studied theology in Amsterdam. So marvelous to see all of you, and thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you so much, Pak Johannes and Ibu. So we call you Bapak and Ibu as Mr. and Madam. And we also have our beloved Ibu here, Ibu Barbara. Thank you for joining. Well, friends, over to you, Rania.
All right. So, hi, Yofrina and friends. As for the launching, we have a special food here that we'd like to share with you virtually. This is a yellow rice. In Indonesia, this is a special occasion, and we'd like to celebrate our team together as an international community with nasi tumpeng. So I'd like to offer to you all virtually, and we will enjoy the food here with our friends in Pesantren Jagat. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, Talia.
Terima kasih.
Thank you, Ibu B. Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank
Johannes.
you all. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Ramadan
Willem.
Kareem. Blessed Ramadan. Happy breaking.
Documentation, don't forget documentation.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Ramadan Kareem.
Everyone.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank
Bye.
you, Willem.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ainai, thank you.
Iya, thank you juga semuanya.